welcome to Couples 20s Charleston Foundation. We're going to start with the basic footwork, but first we're going to give you a chance to see what Couples 20s Charleston looks like. We're going to do a basic step.
Da da do 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 da 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 dee dee da da do do. Let's show you the other side and da da do do da 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 da. All right, we're going to start with our basic footwork, and there are three elements that we need to discuss. First one is the basic rhythm, second one is the pulse, and the third one is the twist of the heels. We're going to start with the basic rhythm.
So, one way of thinking about the basic rhythm is touch and step and touch and step. It's an 8-count pattern. Another way of looking at it with that numbers count is 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are going to use right now the idea of touch and step so that you get an idea of where the weight transfers are. Followers, if we start forward with our right foot, the first thing we're going to do is touch.
Leaders, we're going to start with our left foot touching back.
Touch. Then we're going to move to our step and step. When I say step, that means we're going to transfer weight. The next thing we have is a touch and step. So followers with our left, leaders with our right, we're going to touch and step. So if we do that without pausing, it looks like this.
Followers start forward on the right foot, leaders start back on the left foot.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Go.
Touch and step and touch and step. And touch and step and touch and step.
Okay, let's try the other angle. So again, leaders, back on the left.
Followers forward on our right.
5, 6, here we go. Touch and step, touch and step, touch and step, and touch and step. So there's our first element, touch and step, which is a basic rhythm we keep throughout most of the basic moves.
All right, our second element to this basic step is having a really nice pulse. 99% of your lead follow in Couples 20s Charleston is leading this pulse. What we mean by a pulse is that you have a pulse in your body. A lot of times what we see when people do Charleston, it looks a little bit like this. Touch and step and touch and step. And it's totally flat. Whoop-de-doo. What we want to have is a little bit of a pulse. So it's going to look like 5, 6, 7, 8. Touch and step and touch and step and pulse, 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 pulse. So you really see that there's that nice up and down motion going when we're doing this dance. It comes from having our weight in the balls of our feet, a little bit of bend in our knee, and really just letting our legs work as we do the 20s Charleston. All right, our third element for the basic step are the heel twists. What you're going to think about is the heels twisting in and out in relationship to the touch and step. So anytime you're touching or stepping, your heels are going to be in. When your feet are in the air, they're going to be out. Watch real quick, and it looks like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Touch and step and touch and step and touch and step and touch and step. So every time I'm saying and, our heels are out. When I'm saying touch or step, they're in. Watch from this angle. 5, 6, here we go. Touch and step and touch and step and touch and step and touch and step. All right, so now we're going to show you in a way where Joel is just going to do the heels, twisting in and out and in and out. And I'm going to do the actual basic step.
For the followers footwork.
Followers footwork, starting right in front.
Watch the heels.
5, 6, 7, 8. Touch and step and touch and step and touch and step and touch and step.
Now for the leaders, I'm going to do the basic step. Allison's going to show the ankle twist and how that works.
Here we go.
5, 6, here we go. Touch and step and touch and step and touch and step and touch and step.
Aha! It might be a little tough at first, but with a little bit of practice, the heels twisting in and out should come kind of naturally.
Yeah, this is one of those things that you're going to watch and you're going to try to figure out and you're going to go, oh, I can't get that to work. And the more and more you dance Charleston, that's going to just kind of fall into place. And then you're going to have the look of 20s Charleston with the rhythm, touch and step, with the pulse, and the twists. All right, let's talk about connection. This is starts with a closed basic, closed dance. And leaders, I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to create a nice little L bracket here. I'm going to place it right there on her back. I'm not going to be that creepy guy with my hand on the side of her body.
Get smacked.
I'm going to be nice and solid with my right hand completely on her back.
Where I feel the connection is kind of right in between my shoulder blades on my back. Followers, my job when I feel this connection is to step away slightly so that I can really feel that hand on my back. And my job as a follower is to keep my back in that hand. What I'm going to do with my left arm is I'm going to place it right here on his arm, right underneath his shoulder muscle or by his tricep area. You want to make sure that this arm is relaxed. What I mean by relaxed is it's not a noodle, but it's certainly not clamping down or squeezing or pinching in any way. It's just resting right there on his arm.
Okay. And so if we turn this way, there's a lot of options with this other hand. Leader's left hand, follower's right. Sometimes it's a very playful dance and you'll see it up in the air as you're doing your Charleston. Sometimes movements are out to the side. Sometimes it's brought down here in between. And leaders, there's some movements where you even bring it to your hip. So that left arm is actually going to play a little bit, and you'll see that in some of the moves that we cover. Now, because of this nice connection that you have with your partner, we simply bring in all the techniques we talked about in the previous file. The rhythm, touch and step, the pulse, and if we're good enough, we throw those heel twists in. So when I'm here with the connection, I simply place my weight onto my right foot, and leaders out socially, a lot of times I'll just take 4 nice easy steps to make that happen, and then go into my Charleston. Touch and step, hand high, hand low, hand side, doesn't matter, touch and step. We keep that rhythm and we keep that pulse.
So followers, for me, because I have my back really nicely put into his hand, when he takes that first step and leads the pulse of the dance, I'm able to match that pulse and go, okay, we're definitely doing Charleston. Whatever he does with this right hand of mine, I don't really care. I just respond and allow him to create that connection. The most important thing that I do is match his pulse and feel where he's leading me. So that first step forward with my right is because he's really transferring me and making that happen for me.
And again, we match the pulse. And so when you dance with different leads, leaders might have a little pulse or a big pulse. And it's nice to look like you're dancing together. And that's all through this wonderful thing we call
Framity, frame, frame, frame.
and connection.